A lot of you know how I got started in this program was that 18 years ago I didn't develop any of these programs, quick reading or quick recall, with the intention of teaching it. I developed them for myself out of necessity because my inspiration was my desperation. And I had just entered college and I was very ill prepared. And I don't know if you ever felt that way. You're in school and you're just like, no one taught you how to do this stuff. And I woke up after studying for midterms, literally for weeks straight, and then especially towards the end, after a few days of not sleeping and not eating, getting kind of caught up, I collapsed in public. And I woke up in a hospital bed 2 days later, and just wondering where I was and just like the insanity of it all, just thinking there just has to be a better way. And while I was recovering in the bed, that's when I kind of had the inspiration. But people ask me, like, what kind of got you on the path of speed reading and memory, made you want to research it and read about it and find role models about it. Actually, what happened was the nurse that was attending to me had given me some tea one day, and it was in a cup, it was in a mug. And the mug had a quote. You know those mugs, they have like those kind of quotes on there, or they have pictures of different things on it. There was a quote on there from one of the greatest thinkers of the world, Albert Einstein, and what it said was that the same level of thinking that's created the problem is not the same level of thinking that you're going to need to solve the problem. And I really thought about it. I was like, wow, how true. The same level of thinking that's created a problem or a challenge can't be the same level of thinking that you use to be able to fix that same challenge. And that's when I maybe realized, when I was sitting back in that hospital bed thinking there has to be a better way. That my problem, meaning that my overload, that my brain couldn't handle with my current strategies all the information that I needed to learn and to remember and to be able to apply, that same level of problem that was there, the same level of thinking is going to get me in a lot of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And that's what really put me on that path, because we talk about reading skills, right? We talk about quick reading, we talk about quick recall, but the third program that I have, and this is a special announcement, that I've taught for the past 10 years, is a program that I haven't taught in the past couple of years because it's an emotional subject for me. Because every time I teach it, I'm just like, why isn't this taught to people, especially in school? But this is probably the one skill or set of skills, if you will, that can make the biggest difference in our lives, and that's the ability to think. Now, it's so interesting, going back in school, we're talking about, I talked about, they teach you what to learn, it's history, science, and math, but they don't show you how to learn, how to study, how to remember, how to speed read. But they also don't show you how to think. And it's not just thinking for yourself, it's actually having real strategies for how you actually learn something and how you can think more quickly with greater focus and greater clarity and get better results. And so our quick thinking program is a program that I haven't done for a couple of years here in my office, but I'm reactivating it. And I wanted to give you, our current, people that are watching this right now, the first opportunity to be able to join us for it. And so quick thinking, what it's all about, the problems that it's solving, is the problems of your life. Because as you know, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right. But our lives are a reflection of our thinking, right? Like all the decisions that we made before this. So, all the results we have in terms of our health, in terms of our relationships, in terms of our finance, anything on the outside came from our behaviors. And what stems, what created those behaviors, or our movements, if you will, is our thinking, right? We think something, we do it, and then we have it. And so, but no one's really showed us how to think. And we have this supercomputer of our brain that has sometimes really old programs, and usually the programs were created when we're like 5 years old. And so what quick thinking is, it's a 5-week program similar to the reading and the memory program, that every single time you come in, I teach you the absolute best methods to be able to think intelligently. And this is now specifically, these are the kind of things we talk about. We talk about learning styles. All right. Have you ever noticed that if you're in a classroom or you're talking to somebody and you really are interested in a subject but you're just not getting it for some reason, usually it's not because of your intelligence. Usually it's how the information is being presented. So I'm going to show you your preferred learning style. In fact, I'm going to give you an assessment for it and just find out exactly how you learn things when you learn things organic, naturally, and fast. All right, and then you're going to have this assessment that you take, and then I'm going to show you how to improve your learning style in the different areas that matter the most. Another area that I'm going to teach in the quick thinking is different multiple intelligences. There's a whole myth out there about IQ, that IQ is something that's static, that IQ is something that is definitively measured in certain areas. But recent research out of Harvard University is suggesting actually that's not the case. That actually your intelligence, if you will, is something that could grow, over through time, and it's not static. So that if you take a simple test, that it's going to be the same 30 years from now. That's not the case. And the other thing is that most intelligence is, the way that it's rated right now, is based on specific intelligence, and there's a lot more range or rainbow of intelligences out there that are equally important and equally valuable. So, for example, when you here in the U.S. you take an exam like in the SATs, that's focusing on their verbal linguistic intelligence and your mathematical logical intelligences. But there's so many other forms of intelligence that are out there that are equally as powerful and equally as effective, especially in the real world. And so what I'm going to do is take you through the different intelligences out there. I'm going to explain every single one of them, and I'm going to again give you an assessment. So it's always 3 parts. I teach you the lesson, and I give you an assessment to find out how you are organized. And then we're going to figure out together which of the intelligence you're strong in and which ones that you're not as strong in. And then the third thing I'm going to do is give you strategies to enhance where you are and where you want to go. Okay, and so this is talking about everything from body movements to musical intelligence to interpersonal connections, relating to other individuals and relating to yourself. So there's a wide, vast array of it, and this is unbelievably a lot of fun. Also, the other things we're going to talk about in this program that are going to go way beyond anything else is I'm going to give you a couple of bonuses. It's going to be 5 weeks of training, literally. Of brain exercises, things that you can do in your lifestyle right now to be more quick in terms of the uptake, meaning with people, be able to have those quick conversations, be able to think clearly. But the other things I'm going to do is I'm going to bonus 3 modules. Okay, so in actuality, instead of the 5 weeks, I'm actually going to give you 8 total weeks. Okay, and the extra bonus weeks, we're going to talk about the best problem-solving skills out there. In terms of, that's what life is. Life is sometimes it's out there. It's figuring out solutions to the challenges of your life. But how do you actually go about it? For most people, it's totally, completely unconscious. And I'm going to show you some of, having modeled some incredible problem solvers out there. I'm going to give you strategies of genius, if you will. How some of the top people who solve problems on a regular basis, specifically their strategies for doing so. The other thing I'm going to give you is strategies for decision making. If you're one of those people that you have to it takes you a little bit of time to make decisions, whether it's small decisions like what to order off a menu, or big decisions about like where you're going to live and what you're going to do and who you're going to be with. There's strategies, okay, that top geniuses use to actually make really strong decisions that serve not only you but the people around you and the world as well. So I'm going to give you top strategies for decision making, and that alone is worth the investment of this program. The third thing I want to give you is strategies of creativity. Strategies of creativity, because who doesn't want to be more? Who doesn't want to be a creator? To be able to create new things, to be able to, they always say in any kind of game, the person that has the most options are the ones that are going to win. And so creativity is such a powerful ability, a superpower ability, and we're going to model some of the geniuses in this program. When you think about geniuses of the mind, if you will, I'm going to give you strategies used by people like Walt Disney. All right, now think about the strategy of creativity that come out of someone like Walt Disney. People like Leonardo da Vinci. When we're talking about geniuses, Leonardo da Vinci, is really the Renaissance brain, if you will. Talking about the people that, he was everything from an inventor to a scientist. He was actually a juggler also as well, and a writer, but he wore many different hats. So I'm going to give you strategies based on readings and biographies done on Leonardo da Vinci, how he kind of sculpted his genius along the way. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And the program goes way more than that. I don't want to spend too much time on it here. There'll be details down below. But basically, this program that we do here in New York at our office, it's something that we've enrolled individuals in this program for about $2,000, and that's not obviously what you're going to be doing. As a valued friend of ours, as one of our students who are going through this program, I'm going to make it available for you as well at a very special rate, which we're going to put down there right now. And this will be a special rate, first time opportunity. But the conditions are this: this is a brand new program, and we're going to be starting it very shortly, and the dates are going to be down below. I'm also going to give you lifetime access to this program. Okay, because I think it's very important. This program, you're going to be learning stuff about yourself that's going to blow your mind. I mean, even the assessments alone, these assessments that you're going to be taking are full of value. You're going to literally go through and see how you shape the world for yourself. But not only that, you're going to have these assessments for people close to you, because once you learn all these distinctions, you're going to start going around and looking at the people around you, your significant other, your children, the people you work with, and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, that's why they do what they do. And you're always getting those kind of ahas. Like if you're taking the memory program, every few minutes it's like, oh my goodness, like eureka, I get it. Because that's how I like to teach, using, not only is it fast, but it's incredibly fun and effective. The quick thinking takes it to a whole new level. I mean, it's like minute to minute, you're just like, wow, I get it. And so once you understand how people work, it's really hard to even blame yourself or blame them, because it's how they're organized. It's just how their software was set up, unconsciously. And this will give you the distinctions to be able to cut through that and be able to look at people and understand how they learn. And if you're a coach or a trainer or you have a relationship with a human being, you're going to love these skills because it'll make you more effective. Because basically what I'm giving you with quick thinking also, besides a blueprint on how to be a more effective learner and a more effective thinker, you're going to have a blueprint for how to teach people, literally get information into people faster than ever before. And that's such an incredible thing. And so this is completely different than the reading and the memory program. There's absolutely no overlap between what's taught in the quick thinking program and what's taught in our speed reading or memory improvement programs. So it's meant to be staying absolutely kind of separate, all right? But what it does is it dramatically increases having the ability to think and to be able to make incredible notes, to be able to go out, be more creative, to be able to make good decisions with all the thinking patterns that we're going to be able to give you and all the blueprints, if you will. It's going to dramatically increase your ability to read and your ability to remember, because it's all the same. Okay? So basically, quick thinking is an owner's manual for your mind. It's really the program that everyone should have gone through, back in school when they were growing up, to figure out how to leverage this unbelievable supercomputer. So I'm going to give you, these are the bonuses. You're going to get 3 extra modules on this, on decision making and problem solving and creativity. We're literally modeled from the world's genius through time. And then on top of it, we're going to give you lifetime access to this program. And it's not going to be the normal $2,000 program that we do in our office, because normally we spend an immense amount of time people coming in here and learning this stuff. But you're going to be able to get this from the convenience of your home, through your iPad or your iPod. It's going to be in your membership site also as well. And I think you're going to love it a lot. The assessments alone are absolutely worth the price of admission. And also, for this, we're going to give you a complete 30-day money-back guarantee. You could go through the entire 5 weeks of this program, and if you're not thinking more clearly, if you don't have more mental agility, if you haven't taken things to the next level in your life because of all those different strategies you've learned in terms of how to make decisions and how to solve the problems in your life, because you're enabled to do it, the quote, right? Give a person a fish, you feed them for the day. Teach a person how to fish, they can feed themselves for a lifetime. This is just like an idea. Instead of me giving you an idea, where you could just, enrich your life, I'm going to teach you how to learn and how to think so you can enrich your own life and the lives of people closest to you. And so obviously I'm a little bit passionate about this. I purposely haven't taught this in the past couple of years specifically because I get a little emotional about this, because it makes me think every time I see the results, it just makes me like, oh my goodness, why aren't more people learning about this? But we're bringing it back. And the only thing I ask for you as a favor, for being one of the first individuals into this program, is I want your feedback. Because feedback is the breakfast of champions. In fact, I'm going to give you in quick thinking, the 10 quick thinking principles, and that's one of them. There is no such thing as failure. There's only failure to learn. And getting the right feedback, and what I wanted from you is feedback from you, is tell me what you like to learn in this program. Before, during, and after, in terms of what do you want to learn and cover in this program. I want to know, while you're doing this program, there's going to be a whole interactive chat and everything that's going on there, that you could go give me feedback on what you're liking and what you like to improve, and then also even after this program, because I'm going to constantly update this, just like I do with the memory and the speed reading program, so you're absolutely going to love it. And so I invite you to go down below. You can click the link and get this amazing deal. So it's a one-time offer, just as a kind of a thank you and a test for me to be able to play with you and reintroduce these skills into your life, so you have the ability to be able to improve your life and the people you care about most. So again, thank you for watching this very much. I look forward to seeing you in the program, and have the best day ever.